It is now 6:30. Let me call this meeting to order. The June meeting is June 14, 2016. It is now 6:30. Determination, we have a quorum. Mr. Dicky Gonzalez.
Present.
Dr. Norberto Cantu.
Present.
Mr. Eduardo Ramirez.
Present.
Ms. Judy Solis.
Present.
Mr. Benito Sainz.
Here.
And Mr. Ruben Klein.
Present.
And myself, President, Daniel Garcia is present as well. We do have a quorum. The Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Section 3, approval of minutes for the regular board meeting for May 17, 2016, and the special board meeting for May 25, 2016. Do we have a motion on the approval of minutes? We have a motion by Mr. Klein. Do we have a second? We have a second by Mr. Sainz. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Section 4, public forum. Becky? No. Section 5, item 1, recognitions. United Way of South Texas. I'm not sure if they're together, La Union Elementary, or they're separate. Yes.
Good afternoon.
I think they're the one that gave them us.
How are you?
Hi,
Good
Thelma.
afternoon.
Hi.
Good, good. I'm Thelma Garza, and I'm with United Way of South Texas. And Mr. Board President, thank you for allowing me a few minutes on your agenda. Members of the board, thank you all so much for all of your support. I'm very happy to be here this evening to share with you a little bit of information about our United Way. First of all, I want to thank all of the administrators, all of the principals who are here, because they are who make our United Way campaign here in the district successful, especially those of you who are up there every year and introduce us when we come in as your guests so that we're allowed a few minutes on your agenda just to talk about some of the work that we've been able to do. This past year, many of you have been involved in many different activities that we have spearheaded here. As a matter of fact, we have our Day of Caring, where we will put back to school supplies in bags for freshmen here in Rio Grande City and in Roma. We really want our freshmen to be excited about starting their year, especially those kids who have a hard time getting enough paper and just your basics, paper, pencils. Thank you, Miss Cynthia Ibarra, for making arrangements for us to use this room. We will have a lot of volunteers from Walmart and H-E-B and Medina Electric and the county of Hidalgo and the city will all be here. Of course, people from the district who help us every year put this together for more than 900 freshmen here. We really want them to start out their school year with the right supplies. We want to especially recognize one of your campuses here in Rio Grande City, La Union, for having the highest per capita in their campus of the 250 campuses that we have under our United Way umbrella between Hidalgo and Starr County. La Union had the highest per capita. Of all of the campuses, we'd really like to thank Ms. Arresiola. Thank you so much for your leadership. You really led your team. Come on up here, please. Your entire team probably needs to be up here. Thank you so much for everything you all have done. Thank you. Thank you all. For everything you all have done. Thank you. The entire team at La Union, like I said, their campus had a $72 per capita. Wow. That is the highest in the 250 campuses that we visit. So thank you all so much. So they're setting the example for everybody else, okay? We thank you all for everything you've done this past year. As a result of you all's contributions, we have helped more than 17,700 residents here in Starr County. We're going to be giving you all a community report this Thursday when we get together to put the supplies together, just to demonstrate to you how significant your contributions are to our United Way. In fact, we have a little report where we can actually show that we had more than $160,000 come back to Starr County in different services. And you all are familiar with some of the organizations that are here, like SCAN and Starr County Victims of Domestic Violence, and a lot of other programs that we're supporting here, the blanket program through the city. But you all are making this possible, and our goal is to make it fair and to make sure that we are returning services to our residents here in Starr. So thank you all for everything you've done. Thank you all for supporting us, and everybody else who is here. We really appreciate all of your work. Thank you.
Thank you.
So when you all hear from Ms. Cynthia Ibarra this coming fall, make sure you respond, okay? She's a very important lady. Thank you all so much, and I hope that the pantry is serving a really good purpose. We're very happy to support the food pantry. Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Ms. Garza. Again, thank you. Item 2, consider and take possible action on travel request from Gruya High School.
I went over all the usual things. I look at them, they're all in order. So I move that we accept them all three.
We have a motion by Mr. Sines. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Ms. Solis. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 3, consider and take possible action on request for use of school facilities from United Healthcare to host fitness camps on June 29th through the 30th, 2016, Magnet Elementary Gym.
Are these, this number, item number 3, Mr. President? That's a revised copy of the insurance liability, which is not in your booklet. We got that late, so you have a copy of the coverage for the district for students. Attached is the request for the United Healthcare Fitness Camp for the youth of gymnasium 27th through the 28th. The camp will be free of charge for all the students, and of course you have the liability insurance with you now. The administration recommends approval of the request to use the RGCCISD gymnasiums.
I know you all been having the, and I see a lot of employees participating with the wellness program, and I've been participating with some of our employees as well. I know, would it affect anything with I know they use that gym with the weights and the basketball courts and.
To my knowledge, Mr. President, not that I am aware of. Maybe you're over.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
should be pretty well. The window's open.
Okay.
I have a question. On page 62, it just says, on the second paragraph, it says there will be no fee for participants, and then United Healthcare is responsible for promoting and recruiting all the participants. Do you know how they're going to promote and recruit?
We have the AD here today, Mr. Ramirez, Coach. Let's see.
How do they do the promoting and recruiting? I'm just wondering.
Good evening, members of the board, Mr. President, Mr. Leticia. A couple of weeks ago, I was contacted by Coach Jaime Góngora. He's a head coach, basketball coach at PSJ North, and he works very close with this organization. They requested permission to utilize our gymnasium for a 2-day camp. They do all the thing. I believe that what he explained to me is that the organization works with underprivileged children in the community, Stark County, Olga County. And what they do in the summers, they come and hold basketball camps / they hold also follow some kind of curriculum, also to teach other things other than, of course, just basketball. And it's a half-a-day camp, 2 days, and they're requesting permission for the use of the facility.
Okay. Do you know how they promote it and how they recruit?
No, sir. He did mention that it's open to all students, but the kids that they serve or service throughout the year, those are the kids that they target. So I'm assuming that those are the ones that I guess they have on their. I'm not sure.
I think it's an excellent thing to have. Just wondering how they recruit and promote. That's all.
Okay. Thank you.
Any more discussion? Item 3. We have a motion. Item 3.
We approve item 3 as presented.
We have a motion by Mr. Gonzalez and a second by Mr. Ruben Klein. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries. Item 4, consider and take possible action on request for use of school facilities from the 229th Judicial District Attorney's Office to host an educational law enforcement seminar on July 18, 2016 through July, is that right? 1st? Oh, no, it says July.
July 1st.
This one says July.
Again, Mr. President, you have a revised copy there on the attachment.
Oh, okay.
This one.
Oh, okay.
The dates are different?
July 18th through August 1st or when?
No, it starts on July 18.
That would be a whole 2 weeks.
On July 18 through July 1st?
It says June 28th through July 1st. On the revision here, it says, thank you for your consideration in hosting the educational seminar for law enforcement. Attached to this letter is detailed information regarding the class schedule for June 28th through July
Okay.
1st, which is the same thing.
It's just that the green one has a different date, that's why. It says July 18 through July 1. You follow that, Mr.?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
That's
yes, sir.
all. This is not right.
Yes, sir. The administration recommends approval of the request from the District Attorney's 229th Judicial District.
Is there any discussion? Item 4. We have a motion. Item 4.
So moved.
We have a motion by Mr. Sines. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Ramirez. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 5, consider and take possible action on request for business owner a business license as an alcoholic beverage retailer within 1,000 feet from a public school campus.
We have this request. It went through committee. This particular business was in existence across on the east side of the middle school at La Grulla Middle. These people have moved south on the same street, a little further away, distant from the middle school. This is basically a notice on their behalf. They do have an existing license. They just want to continue, and they wanted to notify the district.
Yeah, right now, or at least they're moving, but where they were right directly across the street from the middle school. Where they're moving is no longer that close to the middle school.
That's
so
correct.
it's further away from it. So.
That's correct, sir. That's our understanding, and they
Yes.
did have a license existing there previously, so they're just, again, relocating, and they wanted to add a courtesy just to get the school district involved, to notify of the move, basically. And if that's the case, we're recommending the approval of the request.
I so move, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion by Mr. Sines. Do we have a second?
A second.
We have a second by Mr. Klein. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries. Item 6, consider and take possible action on agreement to provide driver's education instruction All Valley Driving School for Rio Grande City High School and RGCCISD Gruya High School.
On this particular request, I believe Mr. Sines had requested that, where was the other school? There was two. Estrellita was the first one that requested it. This is the second driving school. Now this will complete the both schools that do service the district in the both high schools.
What about the old, early college high school?
We have made modifications and adjustments and an agreement with the principal, the campus principals, to be able to serve, if needed, the kids from the early college also.
También.
Yes, sir.
And where do they provide? Where do they? At the campuses? That's where they do, like at Rio High School and Gruya High School.
That's correct, sir. Yes, sir. Administration recommends approval of the agreement of the All Valley Driving School.
Move we approve item 6 as presented.
We have a motion by Mr. Gonzalez. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Ramirez. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries. Item 7, consider and take possible action on agreement between Department of State Health Region 11 and County of Star in case of a public health emergency.
This is basically the State Department requested the use of AC 2E Elementary and Rio High School gym, which will be used in the case of a public health emergency, primarily to immunize and to medicate all or large numbers of people in the area served by the school district. Basically, what this is this is renewed every 5 years. That's what we were informed. And this is just in case of an emergency. As we go back, as an example, at one point in time, some time ago, we had that H1N1 crisis emergency that we had to address, and this is basically something to be ready and prepared for something like that. The administration recommends approval.
I have one item, just a question. On page 82, item 4.3. 4.3 says the district will provide at least one person on site during the period of emergency use and access to the rooms, fixtures, and equipment described above. So I just want to make sure, bring that to light so that we already have somebody who's going to be in charge. That it says there, our agreement is that we will provide somebody on site.
Basically, in cases like this, Mr. Sines, the campus principal is in charge of the facility,
Okay.
and it goes from there.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
So it would be the principal assigned? Very good. I just want to make sure that we're addressing that in case I hope it never comes to that, but if an emergency comes and we have to use it, then we need to be prepared with that person.
Yes, sir. We recommend approval of the request.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion on item 7. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Ms. Solis. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries. Item 8, consider and take possible action on interlocal agreement with City of Rio Grande City for tax assessment and collections for the term of July 31st, 2016 through the July 31st, 2017.
The interlocal cooperation agreement for the tax assessment and collections with the City of Rio Grande City. This agreement shall be in effect from July through July 30, 2017. The city agrees to pay a fee of 6% of all current taxes collected from October 2016 through September 2017. Basically, this is a renewal on the agreement which we normally agree every year, and we're requesting to approve the request.
Discussion on item 8.
Move we approve item 8 as presented.
We have a motion by Mr. Gonzalez. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Sines. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries. Item 9, consider and take possible action on donations to RGCCISD.
The following donations have been received by the Rio Grande City CISD. As you can see, the campuses involved here, Gruya High, La Union Elementary, and Alto Bonito Elementary. I just want to add that the donations continue to come and to pour in, and we're very proud, very glad, very appreciative of this. People have been very generous in the community and around the district, so we've been blessed. We recommend the approval.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion by Mr. Sines. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Ramirez. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign, motion carries. Item 10, consider and take possible action on tax refunds for the month of May 2016.
Presented is a request for approval for the tax refunds for May. The refunds totaling $4,966.87 being requested. Attached is a summary of the refunds. The administration recommends the approval of the tax refunds totaling the amount of $4,966.87.
Move we approve item 10.
We have a motion by Mr. Gonzalez. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Klein. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries. Item 11, consider and take possible action on appointment of chief election officer for school board elections.
The Rio Grande City Consolidated Independent School District will have a school board election in November 2016. The district at the present time is in need to appoint a chief elections officer. The administration recommends approval of the appointment of Mr. Jorge Recio to the position of chief elections officer for the district.
Is that standard operating procedure?
One, and this, do we, like myself and Dickey and Klein might be on the ballot, we still have to, can we vote? Yeah.
People that are for us.
I move we approve item 11 as presented.
Item 11, there's a motion on item 11 by Mr. Gonzalez.
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Klein. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries. Item 12, consider and take possible action on appointment of deputy election officer for the November 8, 2016 school board election.
The Rio Grande City Consolidated Independent School District will have a school board election in November. The district is at the present time in need to appoint a deputy elections officer. The administration recommends approval of the appointment of Hilda Gonzalez Garza to the position of deputy elections officer for the district.
We have a motion, item 12.
I move that we approve the item as presented.
We have a motion by Ms. Solis on item 12. Do we have a second? We have a second by Mr. Sines. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries. Item 13, consider and take possible action on appointment of early voting clerk for the November 8, 2016 school board election.
The Rio Grande City Consolidated Independent School District will have a school board election again in November. The district at the present time is in need to appoint an early voting clerk. The administration recommends approval of the appointment of Hilda Gonzalez Garza to the position of early voting clerk for the district.
We have a motion, item 13.
So move.
We have a motion by Mr. Ramirez. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Sines. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries. Item 14, consider and take possible action on requisition 5,000 and over in a 12-month aggregate.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of the board, Mr. Garcia, ladies and gentlemen. We do have bid number 16-34 through 1640 and RFP
No,
number. Oh, I'm sorry.
We're still on 14, Mr. Smith. Item 14.
Oh, I apologize.
It's all right.
Okay, I apologize. Item 14 for requisitions over $5,000 in a 12-month aggregate. We have those for your consideration, plus the addendum that I handed out right before the board meeting. If you have any questions.
We have a motion, item 14.
I so move, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion by Mr. Sines. Do we have a second? We have a second by Mr. Klein. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries. Item 15, consider and take possible action on awarding of the following bids. Number 1634, commercial carpet. Number 1635, vinyl tile. Number 1637, plumbing supplies. Number 1638, electrical supplies. Number 1639, janitorial supplies. Number 1640, construction materials. Number 6, RFP. Number 1641, cafeteria renovation for Ringo Middle and ACE 2E Elementary.
Okay, thank you, Mr. President, members of the board, and sorry I got ahead of myself a while ago. We do have these bids for your consideration, and recommendation is as presented.
Any discussion? Item 15. We have a motion, item 15.
I so move, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion by Mr. Sines. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Ramirez. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item 16, consider and take possible action on the purchase of 8 buses from the state-approved vendor.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good evening, board members, Mr. Garcia. Today we come before you to request the purchase of 8 school buses from Longhorn International Bus Sales. We are requesting the purchase of these 8 buses as replacement buses. We have these 8 buses that they're going to get replaced are 15 years old already, so we are in need of some buses to be replaced. So, requesting the purchase of the 8 buses.
Any discussion on item 16?
I move.
We have a motion by Mr. Sines.
I'm sorry, let me just say, that as recommended by Mr. Garcia, with because in the item no dice who they're awarding it to, but he made the announcement.
Yes, a purchase or the recommendation is to purchase the buses from Longhorn Bus Sales, which are international buses.
That's my motion to accept that.
We have a motion by Mr. Sines. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Ms. Solis. All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. Item 17, consider and take possible action on Region 1 Professional Learning Community 2-day staff development training.
Good evening, Mr. President, members of the board, Mr. Garcia. We come before you to have this approved. A professional learning community represents a focus of continuous improvement in staff performance as well as student learning, called the most powerful professional development and change strategy available. PLCs, when done well, will lead to reliable growth in student learning. It is a whole staff involvement in a process of intensive reflection upon instructional practices and desired student benchmarks, as well as monitoring of outcomes to ensure student success. We had this workshop this past week, and I'd like to read 2 comments, one from a teacher who attended the training. We had 68 participants within the district that attended. We had Region 1 come over to our district, and we had campus representation from every campus and leadership teams as well, and central office. One of the teachers, Marisa Peña, secondary teacher, stated, "I truly felt that the PLC training was very informative. I found it very interesting and allowed me to reflect as an educator on areas in our teaching community where I feel we need more in our district. We already implement many points that were discussed. However, there is room for growth. I was further motivated to work towards creating a better learning community, not only with my mathematics team, but also with other members at my campus. As such, I am glad that I had the opportunity to attend this training." Then we have a principal who also commented. PLC meetings, and this is Yvette Peña. PLC meetings will allow our teachers to work collaboratively and share meaningful teaching strategies that are effective to improve student achievement, with a focus on data-driven instruction. It will allow our campuses to develop a strong sense of unity and trust within the school community. At this time, sir, we ask for your approval. We do have funding under 270.
Thank you, Mr. Benny, and thank you for the feedback. I know that during the committee meetings, that's one of the things we want to know. We want meaningful feedback. Is it working for the teachers and principals, or if it isn't, so that we can change our strategy? So I was glad to hear that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I move that we approve the item as presented,
We
and
have
this
a-
has occurred.
One quick question. The 70 participants, how are they chosen?
The principals did, sir,
The
from every
principals.
campus, and the curriculum instruction department from central office.
Thank you.
Can I add one more thing too? And one of the things I'm very high on is making sure that the principals also participate in the training, because I look at 4 items: the training, the implementation, the monitoring, and the evaluation. The training, if they don't go through it, they're the ones going to be doing the monitoring and the evaluation, so they need to be part of the training as well. And so I'm glad to hear that the principals were there. Thank you very much for that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We had a motion by Ms. Solis and a second by Mr. Sines. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Peña. Item 18, consider and take possible action on memorandum of understanding between UTRGV and RGCCISD for dual enrollment and concurrent enrollment for fall, spring 2016-2017 school year.
Good evening, Mr. Garcia, School Board President, members of the board, Mr. Alfredo Garcia, Superintendent, and community members. This is a memorandum of agreement that we get every year for the approval to offer dual enrollment and concurrent enrollment courses for our students who attend Rio Grande City High School, Gruya High School, and the Early College High School. It needs to be signed every year, and enclosed is the memorandum of understanding. We're still working on the list of courses, but this is just the agreement that we're okay that we are partner in getting partnerships with UTRGV. So we recommend approval as presented, the curriculum committee meeting.
Let me add something. We had a very, very good discussion at the committee meeting, and I appreciate the input that you all had. That was very good. Just remind, please, somehow we need to remind the counselors, particularly the counselors, but also the principals, to remind students that once they enroll, they're college students, and if they drop a class, it's going to impact their GPA, the college GPA, even though they're still in high school. Or if they fail, it's going to impact their GPA as well at the college. So I don't know if we're getting that information to the students and particularly to the parents, so they know that and it's beyond our control because they're enrolled in college, and if they drop, those of us who went to college know that can impact us negatively. And also it impacts financial aid, applications for financial aid. So it has ramifications, and I just want to make sure that the counselors are keeping the parents informed, particularly the parents informed of that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We will ensure that our parents are well informed. Our counseling department and Mr. Rick Solis, our director, and our principals will make sure of that.
Very
our
good.
parents
Thank you.
are told about all these things.
I move for its approval, sir.
We have a motion on item
Second.
18 by Mr. Sines. We have a second by Ms. Solis. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 19, consider and take possible action on opening the world of language OWL for pre-K curriculum for the 2016-2017 school year. And thank you, Dr. Trevino.
Good evening, President, members of the board, Mr. Garcia, Superintendent, and committee members. As presented at the Curriculum Committee meeting, the Curriculum and Instruction Department is recommending approval for the purchase of the new curriculum for pre-K, Opening the World of Learning, which is OWL. This curriculum is developmentally appropriate. It's a standard-based curriculum for all content areas. The curriculum is aligned to the state pre-K guidelines, which were adopted in 2016. And the program provides instruction in both English and Spanish, which will be very suitable for the dual language instruction that we will have in pre-K.
Any discussion on item 19?
No, we had a real good discussion también in the committee meeting, and I think it's a very good program.
I think it sounds like a good program. Thank you, Ms. McKee.
Okay.
I would move that we approve this item as presented.
We have a motion by Ms. Solis on item 20. We have a second by Mr. Sines. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
19 or 20?
Yeah, 19.
It was
Chairman.
19.
19? Okay, sorry.
Item 19.
Item 19. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 20, consider and take possible action on ICE Start Smart Pre-K Hatch Program for the 2016-2017 school year.
Yes, again, President of the board and members of the board, Mr. Garcia, and community members, this was another item that was presented during the curriculum meeting, and it's a program that we are recommending. This is also English and Spanish. This is a computer that will be placed in each of the pre-K classrooms that we have, and it addresses all the different components of the pre-K guidelines. And we're recommending approval.
I so move, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion on item
Second.
20 by Mr. Sines. We have a second by Ms. Solis. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 21, consider and take possible action on Ready Rosie Parent Engagement Tool for the 2016-2017 school year.
Okay, well, this item over here, we also discussed it during the curriculum committee meeting, and one of the components of the pre-K grant addresses very important the parent engagement component. And Ready Rosie is something that we need to have that communication with the parents. It implements the oral language development. The videos are coming in English and Spanish. There are more than 250 videos. They're just 3-minute videos, interactive with the parents, interact with the students, plus they will have activities at home. And again, we're recommending approval for this program. Just to say that all these 3 programs will be providing training to the teachers, pre-K teachers.
Right. That's what we had asked, training and feedback, and to make sure that we even get feedback from the parents, since this specific program targets them and their involvement and how important it is for them so we can get some feedback from them when you have the parental involvement meetings.
Definitely.
That'd be great to hear.
We will have the evaluation at
Thank
the
you,
end
Ms.
of the
McKee.
year.
And since all the programs really need to be evaluated and monitored, and normally that's the responsibility of the campus principal, I hope that the principals also get trained through all these.
Yes, sir,
okay.
they will. Thank you.
We have a
I move that we approve this item as presented.
we have a motion item 21. Do we have a second by Mr. Sines? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 22. Consider and take possible action on Region 1 expository writing 1-day staff development training.
Good evening, Mr. Board President, members of the board, Mr. Garcia. As presented at the Curriculum Committee meeting, we recommend approval for the Region 1 Expository Writing Staff Development. In this training, teachers from grades 3 through 5 will receive instructional strategies in expository writing that will help students succeed on the STAR test. The cost is $1,500 for a 1-day training, and pending the availability of funds, funding will be available through Title I. We recommend approval.
Do we have a date for it already?
It's April the 2nd.
August the 3rd.
Sorry. August. I knew it was with an A.
Okay. Nice comeback. Very good.
And this is part of one of the TEP trainings. We needed to provide something for the 4th grade writing teachers. So some of our teachers that are doing curriculum writing, they're going to provide a staff development for 1 day, but we needed another day for another 6 hours. So that's why we reached out to Region 1 to provide training on expository writing.
Nationwide, we're very low when it comes to writing skills and being able to express ourselves in writing. And again, this is a nationwide problem. And I'm glad we have some effort to try to bring it up a little bit, because I know that we need to emphasize it even more. So
and our teachers are doing an excellent job in the curriculum writing. You all are more than welcome to drop by at any time. I know Mr. Garcia was there today. And these teachers, especially the ones in the writing, they're doing an excellent job.
Very good. I move its approval.
We have a motion on item 22 by Mr. Sines. We have a second by Ms. Solis. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 23, consider and take possible action on Reading Naturally Program 1-day staff development training.
Good evening, Board President, members of the board, Mr. Garcia. The Curriculum and Instruction Department is seeking approval for a 1-day staff development training on Read Naturally. This will take place August 4th at Ringgold Elementary Cafeteria.
Okay. This is a program that you said we already have it in place, but teachers needed sort of a reinforcement.
Well, we've never had training on
Or you never were
Read
trained.
Yes, yes. So
Definitely then.
Yes, we definitely need it. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, hopefully we can get some positive feedback and see if this works for us.
Yes, ma'am.
And it'll be for all teachers from kinder to 5th?
Yes, sir. Now, so it's going to be on a Thursday. It's going to be for TEP hours. So I don't know. We're expecting about between 100 and 200 teachers. I don't know how many are going to attend because they're still under summer vacation. So.
But I guess before they leave, they were notified of these upcoming trainings, or do they get email updates, or?
Well, what happened is that through Thrive, they have all the listings of all the TEP training, so this is one of them.
Awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
And it comes out of State Cup.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I move its approval, sir.
I second.
We have a motion on item 23 by Mr. Sines. We have a second by Ms. Solis. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 24, consider and take possible action on cars, stars, and extensions for reading books for the 2016-2017 school year.
Good evening, Mr. Garcia, Board President, members of the Board, and Intern Superintendent, Mr. Alfredo Garcia. In behalf of the Special Ed Department, I am asking for you to please take for consideration Car Stars and Extensions. It's a reading program. It's geared for kinder through 8th grade. We are looking at 12 components of reading, and this will help students' academic achievements. So at times, the Special Ed Department is seeking your approval.
I do have a question, and we had a real good discussion again also at the committee, and I again appreciate the input that you all have. Is it only for special ed teachers or regular teachers as well?
Since it'll be paid through special ed funding and special ed teachers and students.
Okay. All right.
I move that we approve the item as presented.
We have a motion on item 24 by Ms. Solis. We have a second by Mr. Sines. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 25, consider and take possible action on renewal of SPED Information Management Agreement for the 2016-2017 school year.
ESPEG is a web-based application service that stores and processes all of our special ed information. So at this time, we're asking for your approval.
I so move, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion by Mr. Sines.
I second.
We have a second on item 24. We have a second. 25. We have a second by Ms. Solis. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you, Ms. President.
Thank you.
I know it's not that I left it to the end. I know we do have a new interim superintendent, and I don't think we have to introduce him. He's been here 38 years. Most of you know who he is. And as on behalf of the board, Mr. Garcia, we want to welcome you in your new role at the district, and we're looking forward to working with you.
Thank you, sir.
Reports.
Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, as you're well aware, on December the 7th, the week of the 7th through 11th of the 2015, we had TEA here with us doing a program effectiveness review on special programs. They did focus on special education and bilingual education. We have had the report here since May the 11th of 2016. I know you have not received a copy. This is a preliminary report from the agency. We should be getting, a final report in about a week or two. The report identifies at least 26 areas that we need to make sure that we focus, and we need to develop a plan of action that has to be submitted to TEA. We have the district leadership team that Mr. Peña and the team have been working on making sure that we address those particular areas. There's another section there where it has been broken down by each particular program that is responsible for those particular indicators that we need to address. Now, the agency is requiring that we submit the action plan by the end of this month, and then there's going to be quarterly reports that we have to be submitting in reference to how we're addressing those particular areas. There are 26 areas that we need to address. There's a lot of work involved, but I know that through the efforts of the leadership team that we have, we will be able to comply with all the things that we need to turn into the agency and basically have that information that they need to make sure that we're in compliance. They do give us a year to make sure that we comply with those findings, and if we don't, well, there'll be other sanctions, but we don't worry about that because I know that we'll have everything ready for them.
And we'll be kept informed.
I will make sure that you are kept informed, sir. My apologies that you had not received it previously. I just received it and I felt it was important to bring that information to you. Also, there's a section there in reference to the next step that the district will take, and that is that we need to make sure that we target the improvement plan and develop the corrective action, which is the CAP. We need to turn it into the agency, and here it tells us by the 16th of June, but I know that we have a little bit more time to turn it in, and then we have to be making, quarterly reports to the agency. And then we have to develop the plan and submit a plan for the 2016-2017 target improvement plan. They have not given us a specific date, but once they give us the date, we will make sure that we comply with the date, and the plan will be fully implemented within the district. I honestly believe that we have a strong team in the district, and we will move forward with a particular plan that the agency wants for us to implement.
Thank you.
Anything else on reports? It is now 7:15. Under the authority of the Texas Government Code, we will be heading to closed session. Do we have a motion on item A?
We didn't have anything.
There was nothing on item A?
We didn't have anything on item A.
Do we still have to make a motion?
Do we still need, there was no discussion on item A at all?
No action.
No action.
Do we have an item B? Do we have a motion item B?
I move to approve item B, discuss the closed session.
We have a motion by Mr. Klein. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Gonzalez. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item C. Do we have a motion item C?
We move to approve,
No action.
no action on item C.
We have a motion by Mr. Klein. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Ramirez. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Do we have a motion on item D?
Move that no action will take on item D.
We have a motion by Mr. Klein. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Ramirez. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We have a motion on item E.
Move there be no action item E, discuss the closed session.
We have a motion by Mr. Klein. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Ramirez. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We have a motion on item F.
Move to approve item F, discuss the closed session.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Klein on item F, and we have a second by Mr. Sines. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Do we have a motion item G, which is subsection A, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding civil action number 715 CV 197 Patricio Mero Sines Jr. versus Rio Grande City Independent Consolidated Independent School District, Roel Gonzalez, Jonel Lopez Jr., and Basilio D. Barriel Jr. in the United States District Court for the Southern District of Texas, McAllen Division. Do we have a motion item G?
I move we approve item G as discussed in closed session.
We have a motion by Mr. Gonzalez. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Sines. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We have a motion on item H.
I move that we approve the tax resale bids received on the properties listed with the exception of TS 1064, which is being denied, and TS 1078, which is also being denied.
We have a motion by Mr. Ramirez on item H. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Sines. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Do we have a motion item I?
I move that we approve the action and resolution for the tax resale bid properties with listing the two exceptions that were discussed before.
We have a motion by Mr. Ramirez on item I. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Klein. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Do we have a motion on item J?
Well, just on this item, we just want to be specific. This is for waiving attorney-client privilege regarding Victor Canales. This is for law enforcement investigation purposes. I so move to approve this item.
We have a motion by Dr. Cantu. Do we have a second?
I second.
We have a second by Ms. Solis. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Same sign, motion carries. Motion for adjournment.
So move.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
It is now 8:02. Meeting is adjourned.